All right. Also to make things fun is props, is to, bring props, a wonderful way to bring spontaneity or a little bit of humor into our lives. I carry around this little plastic piece. It just looks, it's a simple thing. I just slip it in my pocket, and I never know when I'm going to use this thing. But it helps me think about how I'm going to use it, how I'm going to get, how in any situation I can take advantage of it. And on any given night or day or when I'm traveling, one of the things I love to do is when I'm on an airplane, and I'll just, as I'm walking to the bathroom, I'll just, and then I hear the people as I'm walking down, does he know that he squeaks when he walks? Or if a baby's crying on a plane, you know how annoying that can be sometimes, and you feel so sorry for the parents because they can't do anything. I mean, they're doing everything they can, and so I'll try to, if within range, I'll make eye contact with the baby, and I'll just go. Just start playing with my face with a little squeaker, and the next thing you know, the baby's done crying, and they're just like, what's going on? Who is this guy? So it's just a fun. It has all kinds of different uses depending on the situation, and I don't know what the situation is going to be, but I always have my little handy squeaker with me. Or let's see what's in my other pocket. Oh, look what I found. There's this some of these sound gadgets now are great. You're in a long speech, and it's after lunch, and you had too much dessert, and the speaker is just going on about props and planned spontaneity and celebration, and you're thinking, oh, how do I get out of here? Then you could just, excuse me, can you let me out of here, please? Let me out of here. All right, so spend a little time in toy stores. Number one, it's fun. I mean, it causes you to be a child again, and you can find things that you can bring into the workplace that can serve as rituals, that can remind you to lighten up a little bit. And at the same time, you'll find little props that you can use in your life and apply to different things that you do that serve two big purposes. Purpose number one, it makes it fun for you. And that's the most important thing, is it just keeps you light. It keeps reminding you to use the old GPS. And it makes it fun for the other person as well. All right? I'm involved with a foundation called Together We Can Change the World. And we travel around Southeast Asia, and we go into orphanages, and we raise money and try to create sustainability of these orphanages. And so whenever we go, I go to the toy store, and I get we buy a lot of toys and stuff for the kids, but I'm always buying things that when we're at a home where they don't speak English and you need to communicate, you got to do it through props and do it through fun toys and games, and it's a wonderful. It makes it comfortable and it makes it fun for both parties as well. So spend a little time and see what you can come up with. Anybody have any prop stories or anything that you do that you want to share that has become kind of a signature for you? Nope. Okay. Fair enough. All right. So moving along, whose responsibility is it in an organization to make sure that the GPS stays turned on? Right? Is it HR? Is it the C-level? Everyone. Yeah, everyone, right? It starts with, you may want to consider a celebration committee, right? And this is a wonderful way to make sure that you fight against the institutional celebration, right? It's so easy. It only takes a few times of a celebration to become stale, and a new celebration committee, if that rotates departments, and especially if it's made up with creative people that have a good sense of humor, that have the GPS turned on already, then the celebration committee can take responsibility for a lot of different celebrations, that are rituals, and keep it fresh in your organization. Right? But it starts with you celebrating yourself. I mean, sometimes we can't get people to play. In the case of those poor 6 ladies that didn't know what they were missing by not responding to me, in that dating story, you know? So the 6 of them chose not to play. Does that mean that I choose not to play? Yeah, we can always play. You know, as long as we're enjoying ourselves. I mean, that was a fun experience to write that letter, I reject your rejection. I mean, I really thought I would hear back after that, you know? And then if they don't respond to that, then they think, well, geez, they must not have a sense of humor. I mean, at least they respond even if they didn't want to go out, you would think, right? But as long as it's fun for us, it doesn't have to be necessarily fun for other people. But if we have the celebration mentality, if we keep our GPS turned on, then like any other emotion or any other environment, it's contagious. After a while, even with the most boring, angry bosses, we chip away at it. And who knows, one day they may finally come around because the GPS way is a better way than what they've been doing for the last 40 or 50 years. So don't give up on it. You know, take responsibility for celebrating yourself, for putting together a celebration committee, and if even in the toughest of circumstances, if your place of work is not very celebratory, create rituals for yourself. Associate the good with the bad. So think about what you dislike the most in your current position. All right, what's the worst thing that you do right now? Okay, so that's associating the bad with the good. And the good would be, how can you make that more fun? All right, so for me, I mean, I've got the greatest job in the world. I get to travel around from country to country, and I get to talk on celebration, which is a great topic, right? I mean, how bad? I mean, people say, well, how do you stay up all the time? I mean, how could I not? I mean, it's a wonderful life, right? I mean, the worst part about what I do is the travel, because once in a while you're going to end up waiting 12 hours in an airport with a canceled plane, or bad weather, or mechanical, whatever it may be. So how do I? That's the worst. That's my bad, which is not so bad. I mean, I'm pretty lucky. I'm very blessed, and I'm grateful for it. But how do I associate that with the good? The good would be these silly little props that I carry around with me. You know, I can make situations a little bit more fun in tense travel situations. And a lot of times I won't even talk to people. Not that I'm trying to avoid people, but I'll just use the props. I'll just do my own little thing and make a little squeaky noises just to get people, just to get them stirred up and create a little bit of fun. And then maybe I'll show them the prop or whatever. But it's just making it fun for me, which ends up usually making it fun for somebody else. All right, so what's the worst thing that is associated with your job, and how can you create, a lot of people think paperwork. A lot of organizations, they have to do a lot of paperwork, and maybe you do here as well in your particular position. How do you make paperwork fun? What if you listen to your favorite music while you're doing paperwork? That makes it a little bit more fun, right? What if you have your favorite treat? So you say, okay, as soon as I do, if I get through 3 pages of this paperwork, or I spend 15 minutes, I'm going to treat myself to one of my favorite snacks. Not bad. So with that paperwork, you end up rewarding yourself, right? Which would be the next one. Reward yourself. You've been through, if you've been through this big project and you've finally hit the finish line, and there's no big celebration at work, and your boss isn't the kind that celebrates, reward yourself. If no one else is going to do it, by gosh, you're entitled to do it yourself. Why not? All right, what other ways can we take responsibility for ourselves? Maybe it's just one word of celebration. Do you have a motion? Hopefully one of the motions you'll take away from here today is this. Because it's a good anchor to remind us how important gratitude, play, and surprise is. So this is, so it's a GPS. Could be that one word we're talking about here. Was speaking in Phuket, Thailand, and this lovely Italian lady, her word was fantastico. Just the way she said it, I thought, oh man, that could be my word, fantastico. Right? That was when something good happens, she just has one word. It could be a family word or as a kid that you said a lot, that has some meaning, that immediately uplifts you. Bravo, or woohoo! And if you can add a little motion to it, even better, or yes! All right. So what would some of your words be? Just shout them out that have some kind of meaning that's from somewhere in your life, or just that it just came about in the workplace because of some project you worked on. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody? What do you? Yes. Yes, I know something, or yes itself. Yes, both. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, yes that's a nice one. Universal, beautiful. Uncle? Uncle? Oko. Oko. Okay, Oko. Oko. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Okay. Hooray, hooray. All right, so it's and again, these things don't take a lot of time. It's just a simple acknowledgement. Remember what celebration is? Celebration is acknowledgement of what is good. This is a very simple way of acknowledging the good that you do. Right? You finish something, hooray, yoo-hoo. Add a little, feel free to take the GPS if that's a good one.